there, this is a first look at the Mijello White Class. 34 colors come in their hybrid gouache palette, and I bought this sample palette off of eBay for $30, right? What a bargain. So I was trying to decide between this and the Shinhan 48 hybrid gouache, palette. And they're both, just, I think this one's $102 on Amazon in the US, and the Shinhan, which is 48 colors, is $130. So I bought this sample. I do have some experience with the Shinhan Pass hybrid gouache, and I really liked it. That's what made me think I liked the hybrid gouaches better. And so I wanted to try the Mijello. I thought, well, I should try out the Mijello because they are my favorite brand of watercolor, so I should give it a go. So what you see me doing here is my initial checking out the colors. So the colors that come in the 34 set are Lemon Yellow, which is Pigment Yellow 3, which is the same as their watercolor Lemon Yellow. Permanent Yellow Light, which is Pigment Yellow 17, which I've never had before. I don't know about the light fastness of it. Mijello says that it's 3 stars out of 5, so I'll let you know. I do my own light fast tests whenever I get new watercolors or paints that I think may be questionable for their light fastness. What I do is I do a swatch card and I stick it in the window with a date, and then then you'll know what the light fastness is. So the third color is the Permanent Yellow Deep, which is PY65, which is the same as their watercolor line. And then Bright Yellow Orange, which is slightly different than the watercolor line. It's Pigment Orange 13 and PY65. Sorry, Pigment Yellow 65. And then the Permanent Orange is PO 73, Pigment Orange 73, which is, I don't know if they have that in their watercolor line. I don't have that. And then the Pigment Red is PR 112, which is the same as their watercolor line. And then it comes with Rose, which is PR 170. That's different. That's not in the watercolor line. And then Pigment Red 48.2, which I've never heard of, and so it's interesting to me, right? And here you can see in the video, I'm comparing the watercolor that I have the same pigments in or similar pigments in watercolor to the gouache on that little right column was what that was. Okay, I'm not going to try and read this as the video is going. I should look at the video instead. You probably don't care about the pigment information, so I'll just run through the colors. So here I'm swatching. The first color was the Lemon Yellow, and I did the main color in the middle, and then with white on the top and with black on the bottom. So in this row we have Lemon Yellow, then Permanent Yellow Light, then Permanent Yellow Deep, and then Bright Yellow. And then starting on the row where I just started, that's Bright Yellow Orange and Bright Red, which I love that color. Oh my gosh. And then Permanent Red, then Rose, then Rose Madder, and Crimson Lake. That's Crimson Lake right there. And then we got Opera. Then we have Opera, which I'll be doing next. There, I'm back on track. Then Violet Pink, which is a really beautiful color as well. And then the next color is Red Violet, sorry. And then that color is Violet Deep. And it's got some BV colors, which I know are not light fast. And then this is Shadow Violet. It's called Background Shadow Violet. Odd, right? And then the last one is Background Indigo. And this last one in this row is Background Indigo. Then here you see me swatching the Cobalt Blue, and that is PB28, so that is a true Cobalt Blue. And then Cerulean Blue, which is PB 17.1 and 15.3. The color I'm swatching now is Peacock, which is another one of my very favorite colors of all time of Mijello. I'm sorry to turn that so I can see better. This is Viridian, which is PG7, and we're normally called Phthalo Green most brands. This is PG36, but they call it Bamboo. US brands would call it Phthalo Green Yellow Shade. The color next to it is Dark Sap. And here I'm swatching Olive. And then we have Yellowish Green. And then Yellow Green, which is kind of weird because, oh, sorry, skipped over to the Persian Blue. And then Ultramarine Deep. And here I go into the Yellow Green, which looks more yellow, but when it dries it looks a little greener. Next we have Yellow Ochre, and then Umber Brown, and next is Burnt Sienna, which I love Mijello's Burnt Sienna. Light red is what I'm working on right now. And then we get into Red Brown and Van Dyke Brown, and then the last color is Sepia. And then I will record a painting and this video will be done. I'll let you know what my thoughts are on the Mijello Mission class. Okay, so here are my thoughts on the Mijello White class. Okay, so currently it's $101 on Amazon in the United States. They're more, the Mijello, Mission Gold Mijello White class, hybrid gouache watercolor, is more vibrant than regular watercolor, which is actually saying a lot, especially compared to the Mijello Mission Gold, which is the most vibrant watercolor that I've ever used. And I've used Winsor Newton, Sennelier, Schmincke, White Knights, Daniel Smith, M. Graham, and then the Mijello. Oh, Winsor Newton. Yes, I've used just about every single brand there is. So, and I think Mijello Mission Gold are the most vibrant watercolors, but these Mijello White class are more vibrant. So, they're also easier to mix colors, which is kind of strange, right? Because, well, I don't know why, but for some reason with gouache, it's just easier to mix the color I want. Like, I just feel like I could get any color that I'm trying for. It's really something. Whereas with watercolor, you never really know what's going to fully happen because it's transparent, and then it dries. The drying shift is so radical. Which is another thing about Mijello Mission Gold. If you've never tried their watercolors, they have the least amount of drying shift of any brand that I've ever used. Okay, so it's easier with the Mijello White class to mix colors than it is to mix colors with watercolors. Okay, so you can easily, the other thing that I like about the gouache as compared to watercolor, I love watercolor, but what I really love about this Mission Gold White class set is that you can easily incorporate techniques that you would use in acrylic painting and oil painting, so it makes it just so much more versatile for me. And you know, it's just beautiful. It's really beautiful and it's lovely to work with. And so here you see that I am doing my day 16 of 100 days of practice, and I'm using the Mission Gold Gouache Hybrid. So the reason I was trying and wanted to purchase this sample was I was not sure if I wanted to get I knew I wanted to buy one of the hybrid gouaches, and here's what set me on that little path, right? Because prior to that, it was like Winsor & Newton Designer Gouache was the only one I'd use. Is that I needed some white gouache, so I just ordered the Shinhan Pass White, because it was inexpensive, and then I just realized that it was just so much nicer to work from dry. It would dry out and then it would just reconstitute so easily and be right back to its gouache consistency. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's something to this, right? So, but then I thought it was, I think it's 120, just 128 and some change for the Shinhan 48 palette of the hybrid gouache versus the Mijello Mission Gold, which is 101, and I'm not sure if it comes full size tubes or not. I have to check that out. But anyway, so I didn't know which one I wanted to get. It's kind of a big investment, right? So I already knew I liked the Shin hand, but I thought, well, I'll try the Mission Gold, Mijello Mission Gold. So I ended up getting a sample palette of the Mijello White Class on eBay for $30. Man, what a deal, right? And then I just so happened that I came across a good deal on the Shin hand, so I ended up buying that as well. And I came across that deal on eBay because it was for sale, brand new set, but they had or best offer, and I just offered them what I had in my PayPal account, which was they accepted it, so I was excited. So I've got the Shin hand and now the White Class. So you can look forward to the Shin hand review, which will be coming shortly, and then I'll do a comparison between the two. So you can see here the colors are beautiful and vibrant, and as always, thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, leave a positive review, blah 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 blah. Take some of my Skillshare classes. All those things you do cost you nothing, mean a lot on the internet. Hey, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.